toes. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to Making Mindfulness Fun. In this series, we're going to cover what each Myers-Briggs personality type needs to do in order to practice mindfulness and self-care. And in this specific video, we're going to cover what INTJ and INFJs absolutely have to do in order to practice mindfulness.
If this is your first time to our channel, here at Making Mindfulness Fun, we help you on your journey to higher consciousness so you can experience more joy, love, and emotional liberation.
Before we get into the video though, please make sure that you like this video so it gets shared with more people. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on post notifications because we don't want you to miss a single video we put out, and we put out a video every single day.
So we're starting with this one because I'm an INTJ or an ENTJ. We're not sure on that one, but overall, they're very similar. As an INTJ and Gabby is an INFJ, we're very similar in that our dominant function is NI, which means we are constantly in our heads thinking of ideas. And so it's really important for us to use these other mindfulness practices that we're going to talk about today, because otherwise we get drawn into our heads so much that really it can make us crazy.
Yeah, and so if you don't know anything about cognitive functions, hopefully you check out our previous videos where we explain what the cognitive functions are, and so you have a pretty good grasp now. But that's what we use as a basis for what we're about to talk about, because it's not so much about the letters. It doesn't matter if you're an introvert, an extrovert, and then you go on Pinterest and they say, oh, introverts need to stay at home for self-care. No, it's more about your cognitive functions. So hopefully you check out those videos, and for especially that you're using all your cognitive functions. If you're in a balanced state, you're going to be able to use your dominant as well as your inferior.
So for the INFJ and the INTJ, as our dominant function of NI, our weakest function is SE, observant extrovertness. Now don't get too confused by observant extrovertness. SE means to engage in the sensory physical world all around us, because our types tend to get so stuck into our heads and we're all thinking into the future and we're coming up with these ideas of these intangible things and trying to put them into reality. What brings us into our health is when we embrace our fourth function, and instead of looking to the future, we engage in sensory experiences that draw us into the moment.
And why this can be so life-changing is because I didn't realize this about myself until really once I had already had all 5 kids, and I think how much this would have helped me. I only happened to start engaging in more playful life activities. I would go to yoga all the time and go surfing and hiking. And that wasn't until much later. I mean, I was in my late 30s when I started doing that, but I didn't realize that that was because it was drawing me out of my unicorn brain into my physical environment. And while it was great for my health too, it was really great to draw my attention, my focus into the present moment. And for me, I really needed that yoga to do that, so that I was doing something tangible, but that my mind could engage in the present moment, in how my hands feel, in my feet on the earth, when I'm surfing, what my arm feels like moving through the water. I know for you, rock climbing is...
Yeah, I was gonna say, for me personally, I like surfing too, but I think climbing for me really, not only do I love the passion of the flow state, but I think it's really powerful for my brain, for my cognitive functions, because it brings me into what is right in front of my hand. It brings me into the present because I don't want to fall, I don't want to get hurt. I'm so engaged in the in the present moment. The other one that I was going to mention is that, like, when we're at home in Montana, I can't climb every day. So the way that I use my SE is by cooking, by using my hands and doing things physically in the world. And I think in a way it kind of engages my NI because I can be creative with food, but it brings you into a sensory experience.
Yeah, and so like we talk about here, Making Mindfulness Fun, your mindfulness practice isn't just yoga and meditation. So if you're an NI dominant type and you're looking to do more SE things, it doesn't mean you have to do yoga to embrace your NE or your SE, and it doesn't have to be necessarily grounding, which is also a good practice. You could just do anything that brings you back to the present moment and an experience that you enjoy. So what do you like to do? Maybe it's painting, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's cooking, maybe it is climbing, maybe it's running, maybe it's going outside. Whatever it is, make sure that you're getting enough of that within your day, within your week, within the month. That will help you stay balanced throughout your life so that you don't just stay stuck in your brain, because you have an incredible gift, NI types, for being able to come out with these incredible ideas, but you can't burn yourself out if you're not using that SE enough, and then you're just gonna end up feeling resentful and exhausted.
All right, so share with us in the comments below if you are an NI dominant type. Tell us how you use your SE. How do you embrace being more present and focused in what's in front of you and engaging with the tangible world right in front of your face?